Well, hello, crafters. How is everybody today? Oh my gosh, it is February 24th. Can you believe February ends on Sunday? I was going to say Monday, and I was like, no, that's not right. But I just can't believe the month is almost over, which you know what that means. Celebration is almost over as well. So we're going to play with some more of the celebration stuff today. We're still doing the Darling Donkeys this week, which is always fun. Alrighty, so while this is going, let me see if I can share this. Wow, it just showed up here. Boy, and I've been talking for, I don't know, a few seconds, so I didn't realize it took that long. We had to have the internet people out here today because, you know, sometimes things don't actually go well. So we were without a little bit of the TV today because we have our, you know, it's all bundled. Everything's all bundled anymore. Doesn't that seem like how it is? So with that, everything's all up and running. I just haven't had a chance to fiddle with anything, and Hub still has to log on and do a bunch of stuff. So it's truly a miracle that I actually have internet. So the gentleman was very nice. His name was Peter, but he was very, very nice, took very good care of us. Okay, it looks like that was all shared. Before I forget, if you're getting this notification through the weekly Wednesday group, that group is going to be defunct on Monday. On the 1st of March, it's going to go away. So make sure you're either in the Latte Joy with Dawn Stock or this, which is my business page. That's where it's actually streaming from. So looks like I already got a couple on there. So we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to be playing with the Darling Donkeys. And I do have to show you, I'm going to take a break while the stuff is drying. I got my paper pumpkin today, or not today, on Saturday. Try again. Yesterday. I got it yesterday, and I have been playing with it. I only have made 2 cards and 1 3D item with it, but it is really fun. And the paper pumpkin night got rescheduled this week for my customers till Friday night. For my team, they can come over on Thursday night, and we just sit around and we craft. We don't make anything. I don't want to say we don't make anything. I don't provide anything for them. They are on their own, but we all sit down and we fellowship, and that's one of the best things about it. So, but on Friday night is when my customers get to come, and they charge $5. Try again. I charge $5, and they get to make 2 items. So I'm going to show you one of the 2 items that they're actually going to make on Friday night. They do have to let me know. It's usually 2 days ahead of time, 48 hours ahead of time, which would be today. But as long as people let me know by tomorrow, we'll still make it. So today we're going to be playing with the Darling Donkeys. And I have the ones that we made the other day. Remember, we made these on Sunday night. There was 1, 2, and 3. And I know they're in plastic, so you're getting a little bit of a glare. But we used different shades of red. We did different kind of coloring. So I wanted to keep that up today. So we're going to play with all 3 of the donkeys again. But this time, no Stamparatus. So we're going to go ahead and grab our cute little donkey here with the flower. And I'm mainly going to do just the top part. So we're just going to put that. It doesn't matter that it hangs off because I'm not going to be stamping all of it. So it's okay. And then this little guy is right here. So we'll go ahead and put him on that. And the last little fellow down here, he kind of reminds me of Eeyore. I don't know why, probably just because he's sitting down, but he kind of reminds me of Eeyore. I know he's not Eeyore, and those of you who know I like to listen to Dave Ramsey, and Dave Ramsey always says, is Eeyore your spirit animal? Oh, I can't get ahead, I can't do anything. So I always think of that. So now I moved us here onto the dining room table, and I adjusted this down so you're having a little bit closer view. So hopefully you like it. I'm not sure if I do or not, but this way then I can sit down when I'm working on stuff and I can actually see you guys. We're also going to play with the basic gray. We used Memento Black the other day, and that was fine, but I wanted to do something a little bit more muted, and you'll see why in a few minutes. So I took my stitched, okay, ready? Stitched shapes dies, and these are not the smallest of the stitch squares, but they are the second one, not the smallest, but the next to the smallest. And we're going to do, because we're going to make 2 cards, so we're going to have 1, 2, and there's 3 donkeys. So there's 1 and 2, and we'll do a 3rd one is over here. Okay, I'm going to have to put my glasses back on. And what we're going to do, and it's up to you how you want to do them, but I do want them to go straight as squares like this. They're not going to be whopper jogged. They're not going to be, you know, funny, that kind of stuff. They're going to be straight like that. Oh, sorry, you guys made some comments on here. I'm sorry. Hello, Miss Nancy. Hello, Miss Angela. Oh, Angela says cute cards. Oh, good. Hello, Miss Kay. Hi, Roz. Kay, hello, North Carolina. Oh, and thank you so much, Miss Kay, for sharing it. I love that you guys share my stuff. Thank you. That really helps bring me up in the rankings for the search engines. Actually, I got something from YouTube. So I don't know who's been sharing my videos out there on YouTube. I got a thing from YouTube that said that on one of my videos, like 75% of the 400 people that watched it, or the 400 views on it, so roughly 300, were from, they were actually from a, what they call it, it wasn't sponsored, it was, you know, this might have interest you type of thing. And I was like, wow, I need to maybe be out there on YouTube a little bit more. So, all right, we're going to do the little guy here with the one with the flower in his mouth, because I think he's the cutest one. Now, I am going to ink this whole thing up like this, but I'm really only caring about this top half here because this is too big to fit. And you can see that is all well inked, good. So what we're going to do is we're just going to, now I am going to have to stand up so I can get it in there. And I'm getting a little bit of glare, so I hope you guys aren't as well. We're going to make sure he's up here. Oh, you know what? I did forget one thing. I need to put some Post-it notes. I always have Post-it notes. Can you guys see on this right here how that has like the stitching on it? Well, I don't like to stamp onto the stitching. I like to have a white border onto it. So what I'm going to do is take my little Post-it note. Here's the sticky part. And I'm just going to line it right there onto the edge of it. And since I'm doing two, let me do that one. And I'll do this one right here. Now, because that's such a small amount onto it, it is actually stuck onto the paper, onto the grid paper. So that's okay there. All right, so now we've got that there. Ugh, I'm getting glare on the light here. So we're just going to bring him up and press down and hope and pray that goes on there well. See how cute he is? Okay, now you ready? You can see right here's how his little tail is. But when I pick this up, see, there is no, there's a white border onto it. So again, it's just something little, one of those just little tips, tricks, or techniques that I always like. And let me stand back up again. I try to position that lamp so you guys can see well, but it keeps giving me a bit of glare. Oh, first world problems, right? There's that little guy. So now we've done both of those that have the little rose in his mouth. So we'll set him up there, and I'll just flip this one upside down. I shouldn't use him again, but just in case, I don't want to clean him off. And then we're going to do the exact same thing over here for the next little guy. So we'll put that one there. And this one here. I hope you guys are all having good weather. Here in central Ohio, oh my gosh, we're actually seeing, it's not a real pretty green grass, but there's green grass underneath. Hobbs is so happy. That silly dog, he's, you know, he's only, what, I don't know, 2 foot tall. He's real, you know, he's a little dog. He's 26 whole pounds. He's so stinking funny. When he goes outside to do his business. And, you know, he has to like step into like different parts of the snow. Well, then when he goes to actually do his business, because of how he works, he ends up doing his business like in the little footprint hole that he stepped into. So he has something to, so it's kind of funny to see him on that. So there's that little guy here. We're going to do the same thing here. Oh, 70, K. Oh my gosh. You know, honey, I love you. I love you, love you, love you. But boy, that's just kicking a girl when she's down. I'm telling you, honey, my goodness. It's really just because I'm jealous is all it is. I don't know. One of our friends moved down to South Carolina. It seems like it was last year, but I'll bet you it was 2 years ago. And she loves it down there in South Carolina. She's right by the border. So I guess that would be right in between South Carolina and North Carolina. She absolutely loves it. So if my friend Carolyn loves it down there, I'm going to go with, well, all right, then the weather must be kind of nice to have down there like that. Again, I'm just jealous is all it is. That's all it is. Okay, so now we've got our last little guy here who's the one that's like kicking up, he's kicking up his heels. So now on this one, let's see if we can get his little front paws in there. Maybe not. Might have to put another one on there. We'll do these one at a time. So I have a little bit more room. Oops, sorry, can you guys see that in there? I didn't realize how far down that was. Let me move that down. There we go. That's a little bit better. Alrighty, so we'll put one on this side too. Well, let me try it with the sticky side onto it. So I've got the border. There we go. Okay, so let's try him going in here and see how he looks. Oh, that's cute. There we go. Oh, don't these just make you so happy? I mean, they are just so stinking cute. Oh, 10 days of rain. Okay, you win. My mom lives down in Florida, and, they either have hot or they have rain. That's their two seasons, is hot and rain. And, when we go down there, because, we're from Ohio, so we're always ones wearing the shorts and, kind of enjoying life down there. And they're all running around like, oh, gosh, no, no, no. And their rain isn't cold. I don't know how your rain is there, but theirs is not cold, so it's kind of nice. All right, so now we're done with the basic gray, so we're going to flip this aside. And because I am going to color a little tiny bit, it's only going to be on the roses. I'm just going to let those dry. And while those are drying, I'm going to show you my paper pumpkin. You guys want to see the paper pumpkin? Oh my gosh. This one is fun. This one, you guys know I'm 35 or so. I do send a lot of like sympathy cards or thinking of you or praying for you or any of that. They've got one that says so sorry or sorry for your loss. There's a thinking of you and then I'll always be here for you. But the stamp, and I got to show this, I had to take a picture for my PDF tutorial. I keep a piece of tape on mine so I can find it. But there's a real pretty floral bouquet on it. But over here, this was all one big one. And it said, sharing in your sorrow, comma, thinking of you, comma, and wishing I could be there to hold your hand. Well, I'm not a hand holder. I'm a hugger, but I'm not a hand holder. And I was like, well, I like the sharing in your sorrow. And I like the thinking of you, and I like the wishing I could be there. So you know what I did? I cut them apart. You can do that with our stamps, right? You can do it with anything, but ours are much nicer. So here's the, well, easier said, sharing in your sorrow, and then the thinking of you. Can you tell which one I've been using quite a bit of? Yep, there's that one. And I cut off the and then I've also still got the wishing I could be there. Wishing I could be there. Now, the other one, hold your hand, I probably won't use that one. But, yeah. So, did you know you could cut those apart? Just be careful when you do it to make sure you get the commas out of it. And they even had an Oxford comma on there. I love that. That made me feel so much better because it had sharing in your sorrow, comma, thinking of you, comma, yay. So there we go. And then there's the sorry for your loss. There's 3 little flowers. There's 2 little things here, and those kind of look like teardrops. What they actually are the leaves that go with your little flower here. And then there's one that says, I have it upside down, I'll always be here for you. So this is what they actually look like. And let me just grab the whole box. And then they also put this in here. Did you know it coordinates, this month's kit coordinates with the Flower and Field Designer Series paper? They have a little QR code so you can scan it to see the paper. But next month, these are the 4 free stencils that you're going to get. And it comes with a sponge. There it is, 4 spectacular stencils and a stamping sponge for free. March is the anniversary month of Paper Pumpkin. So this is one of the things they're going to give us. And guys, we used to have a die cut that did something like that. And I used to make clouds all the time with that. And then these are just going to be fun. So I can't wait to get that. But when you flip it over, it has what the coordinating colors are. And then it also has these 3 alternates, which, if you notice, this one right here is this one right here. Well, I like that, but I didn't want the pizza box. So what I chose instead, I'm going to show you. Well, let me show you the pieces and parts first. Let's do that. It comes with some black little sequins and a mossy meadow twine, which is fabulous. And then you're going to see I'm using some of the pieces and parts. Look how pretty that is. Won't that look so pretty just by putting Wink of Stella on it? And then it's got this, and this one does match one of our punches, and it's Escaping the Storybook, story label. It's exactly the same size because I held my punch up to it. And then there's this. And then here are two more of this one right here. Ready for this? This one is so pretty. Look at the gold. Can you see that gold embossed here on the foil? Oh, now the other side, if you wanted to use it, it's more muted. I like the gold side. I like the gold side. And then they have these beautiful, and you're going to get a reflection on this, beautiful gold. Can you see that there with all the cutouts onto it? And you get 3 of those. And then these are the words. Now, it's in different languages. I'm going to stick with English. That's the only one I got. But they do tell you in order to work this, because it's very hard to pull this out, you take off this piece here first. I start to pull it. And see, I pulled too much. I didn't get just the adhesive. Well, let me bring that off. If I'd have grabbed my paper piercer, I'd have been fine, or my pickup tool. But you're going to grab the black piece off first. Well, you'll grab the black piece off first, and then you can grab your pickup tool and bring those up. So that's what you want to do with those. And then here are your cards. And look, are you guys ready? You're going to be so it's only because I just got it yesterday. Mine are still intact. I haven't cut one single one of them up yet. But in this paper here, and you can kind of see it, can you see this one's got the blue flowers into it with the green back, or the black background with the green leaves onto it? Doesn't that look very similar to this one? I've already had a card done with that one too. So, and then you have 3 different kinds of envelopes. You've got the yellow inserts. You've got the Mossy Meadow insert, and then you have the, I think that's for Cocoa Rose insert. So those are your colors for on it. So guys, if you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, like I tell everybody, sign up for the prepaid. When you get a 3-month one, which is $63, right now you also get a free celebration item. And for those of you who are local, because one of the ladies was going to go ahead and order hers, but Stampin' Up! Charges you $6.95 for the shipping for your free item. And she was going to have it shipped to her house. And I'm like, honey, I got my All Occasions class on Saturday. So she's actually coming to the All Occasions class on Saturday. Okay, you want to see what I made out of mine? Ready? Drum roll. Okay, I liked this one right here with the pizza box, but I didn't want to use up my Thinking of You because I only have 3 of those. And again, I didn't want to use, not the pizza box, the mini paper pumpkin box. I didn't want to use that. So what I did was I grabbed one of those Love You Always treat boxes. Let me move this off so you can see. The ones that are like this, those that are in the spring catalog. Well, normally it comes with, it looks like this, and it's the little sleeve. Ready? Ready? Boom. How stinking cute is that? Now, the ladies are going to make this on Friday night for those who, sorry, dog hair there. For those who do come, there's nothing inside of it, but they're going to make one of these. I provide the paper. I already went ahead and cut those out right there. This uses one of the punches, and then we use the matte black dots onto it. There, can you see that? The embossing folder onto it. Oh, so pretty. Now, they did have to use their die cuts if they want those on there. I thought they looked pretty, and they were nice and easy, so I just went ahead and put them on. But so pretty. Who wouldn't love getting one of these, right? Alrighty, so that's the one I'm going to show you. That's one of the 2 items that they're going to make tomorrow night, or Friday night, for the Paper Pumpkin night for my customers. Okay, ready? We're back. All right, so with the Darling Donkeys, and we still have one more square to stamp, but I'm going to hold that off until the end. So, who said, okay, says Precious Angel says, oh, it is pretty. It really is. Pam says, love this Dawn. I might have to make some of those. Oh, you definitely should make some of those. You know, okay, sidebar. Remember last month we had those little black and white polka dotted things that went with the snails? I made up a full package of those, okay? And those of you who know, I'm doing my Reverse Lenten Challenge, so I'm giving out cards, and if they're local, I'm giving them a piece of chocolate in that little snail box on the inside. The gentleman today who came, bless his little heart, I have a big tote thing of it right there. And I was like, here, reach in here and just grab one of the black and white ones. Because, you know, there were other things that had flowers and everything on it. And I knew he didn't probably want flowers. But I'm like, here, just take one of those, the black and white. They have chocolate on the inside. He's like, oh, thank you. So you can give those to anybody. So guys, 3D items are really nice to give out, especially right now. And if you've not heard about me doing or heard me talk about the Reverse Lenten Challenge thing, that is, we always do it every year. It's 40 cards. It's always been $40. This year it actually included the stamp set with them. But instead of giving up something, you give out something. So last week when the heating and air conditioning guy was here, he got one. The gentleman today got one. The mail people's gotten one. I mean, they're candy. I'm handing them out like candy, right? Okay, so our two here for the roses on here. And all I'm going to do is set those aside. And I'm going to color these in two different colors, but I'm not going to show you what the paper is that goes with it. One of them is going to use, easier said, the dark pool party, because that one's such a light shade. I wanted the dark one on that. And then I have the light granny apple green. That'll be on one. And then on the other one, I'm going to do light Rococo Rose. And you guys don't forget, Rococo Rose is one of the in colors in that family that is retiring. So if you like the Rococo Rose, get it now. I just ordered another package of my paper. I know sometimes those things sell out like in April. Well, we're losing our catalog a month earlier this year, so I'm waiting for those to sell out like next month. So, and then I also grabbed the light old olive. And all I'm going to do is color just the rose. So let's go ahead and do our little rose here for the little guy there. And I'm doing this one with old olive. And we're just going to put that in there. And just color down there onto his little, see how cute he looks? Oh my gosh, I love him. Alrighty, and then on this one right here, we've got the dark pool party. So his rose is going to be blue. You guys know I live in the state of Ohio, so yellow and blue are two colors we don't usually put together. And I thought about doing a yellow rose, and I thought, nah, we're going to stick with blue. Blue's a nice color. And then here's the light granny apple green. And I'll show you in a minute why we're going to do this. There we go. So that's the only two that I'm coloring on each one of them. The other guys are not going to be colored. If you're going to do this, you may want to go back over and color them. And then all I'm going to do is take these all over and flip everything upside down. And I'm going to grab hold of my dimensionals and put those on. Guys, don't forget, on the blends, you know that bleeds through. So if you ever going to do the blends, just make sure, and I mean really make sure, that it's on a layer that isn't directly onto your card base, because if it's on your card base, it'll bleed through. And a lot of people like to color their envelopes. Again, it'll bleed all the way through onto the back. So anytime I use blends, I don't even put those on the envelope. With the blends, that's actually a good time to use paper. I'm sorry. Instead of using the blends, that's actually a good time to use the paper to cover the flap on your envelope, to just bump it up a little bit. Or be like my friend Bonnie. Bonnie always stamps something on the back flap of the envelope. My friend Brenda did that the other day at Lily's. So she actually has her birthday this Saturday, and Kim had her birthday, Kim H, had her birthday the Saturday before. So we all had a nice little birthday for them. And we got to sing them happy birthday at Lily's on Monday. And the ladies at the table next to us, they even sang happy birthday. Okay, you ready? What we're going to do is, let me put my extras up here. I couldn't decide. I just could not decide on designer series paper. So here is the field. Try again. Flower and Field Designer Series paper. Remember that one that I just showed you with the paper pumpkin? That's that one right there, and it has yellow on the other side. But I liked this one right here, and I'm going to show you that in a second. So I was debating on this one, but I also like, and everybody knows, Paper Blooms is my absolute favorite. I love all of these. I even like the one with the circles on it, okay? That looks like a tire tread to me, so I like the ones with the circle. And those pretty much fit with our stitched shapes, dies onto it. Those are so fun. I mean, so fun. But I love all of them. So I couldn't decide between the two. So what I did was I grabbed an old olive, and I grabbed this one right here that has the leaves. And then I grabbed my Granny Apple Green, and I grabbed this one that has the leaves. See how it's very similar? Similar but different. You know, anybody remember those from Sesame Street? So here's my Granny Apple Green. I'm just going to move these out of the way. So here's my Granny Apple Green, and I've already scored it. And here's the valley, which you guys know is on the outside. So we press down on this, and I put the corners together, set it down, grab my bone folder, and then you're going to burnish it. So there's my Granny Apple Green. And then I also grabbed my Old Olive. And again, there's my valley, so that's here on the outside. Put my points together. There's that one. Okay, so we're playing with greens this time. We were doing reds the other night, so see, Old Olive is on my left, Granny Apple Green is on the right. Well, I liked this one here for the Granny Apple Green. And like I showed you, I liked this one here for the Old Olive. But see how they're still very similar, but they look different. I think they look really cool. So all I'm going to do is go ahead and put those on. If you want to bump it up a little bit, you could run it through like the embossing folder. I would probably do the Seabed 3D one on here. Oh, that one looks cute too. Nah, I like that one. We're going to stick with the leaves. Always go with your first choice, right? I can remember I was a sophomore in high school and I got invited to prom because my boyfriend was a couple of years older. And my mom and dad, we all went out shopping for the dress. And, you know, my dad worked at Ford, did 30 years on the line. My mom worked at a bank. We weren't wealthy by any stretch of the imagination, but we went out to the mall and went shopping. And we went to Casual Corner, if anybody remembers that storefront. Because, you know, I'm 16, I'm thin, I'm young. And they had, and it wasn't velvet, but it was like a black velvet dress. And it was so pretty, but it was very expensive. And we were like, well, yeah, I can't swing that. It's for, you know, it's prom. We're not doing that. And we tried on, I mean, we hit the entire Midway Mall. It was, you know, it wasn't real big. We didn't grow up in a thriving metropolis area, but we ended up going back and getting that. And I remember my dad saying, yeah, we should have just stuck with the first choice. We knew that was the one for you. We should have just done that. I'm like, oh, but Dad, it's so expensive. And he's like, you always go with your first choice. Just go with your first choice. So go with my first choice here is the moral of the story. Then we're going to take a Granny Apple Green to go with this one, and an Old Olive to go with this one. And these are, I always grab the centimeter side. These are 3.5 with the dog hair by 3.5. Both of them are exactly the same size, 3.5 by 3.5. There we go, okay? Now I'm going to move these two card bases out of the way. I do like it that it's a little closer here, but I don't have as much room to spread out. So on these, we're going to, and let's see, the Granny Apple Green uses the blue, and the Old Olive uses the Rococo Rose. Okay, and then we've got those two, and we've got those two. Now, these two look too similar with their ears up there, so I'm actually going to move this one down here. Actually, I'm probably going to change that up a little bit more. Let's do this. We'll put him up there. We'll put him there, and we'll put this guy up here. There we go. So those will go in here like this. And you notice how they're all on dimensionals. Yes, I prefer dimensionals. Angelus, oh, wait a minute. Kay says card fold, tuck, fat one. I love that, Kay. I've never heard that. I've always done the mountains and the valleys. Angela says, that is what I always say on a test, your first choice. Amen, girl. Amen. Now, if you want to fiddle with these, and you could make it that he's like coming down here like that. If you wanted to do that, we can move him down here. Yeah, we'll change these guys up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, not too much because I still kept that guy there, huh? Yeah, I just don't like that like that. I like it that he's going up. See, this is why you play with it before you put them all down, because once they're down, they're there. You're not changing them up. Huh, look at that. I still kept them pretty much the similar way. So what you're going to do, because there's just a very light border on these, I'm going to do one at a time. I'm not going to take any chances on it. And, alrighty, so this guy goes up here in the corner, and I am going to have to move this down a wee bit. And just put him right up in here. And what you're trying to do is line up that border with this border so they're both the same. And don't forget, guys, you guys can get this still with Sale-A-Bration, but you only have until Sunday. I'm still surprised papers are available. I really am. But they are, so make sure if you want the papers, you'd need to order them. Now, once you start doing here, I'm going to line up here in the corner. And then what I'm going to do is bring this one so it lines up to here. There we go. And then this little guy will go down there in that corner. I know, isn't this so fascinating? But just do make sure you do have that. And if you're one of my customers, Sale-A-Bration Celebration is coming up. It'll be March 15th. If you had your own workshop, which is basically $150 in orders, or if you had a workshop, and I know a lot of people aren't doing workshops right now, but we can still do workshops. So you know what, I'm gonna move this one here, and I'm gonna start down here in the corner. But just make sure you have 150 in orders through me in order to qualify for my Sale-A-Bration Celebration. And I also offered it to my team if they promoted or if they shared the starter kit with 3 people. Because Stampin' Up! Rewards you for sharing the starter kit with 2. And I was like, no, we want to have some more fun people on our team. So they had to share it with 3. And I have one of the ladies just promoted the other night. So she'll get to have that one for free. This year it's all virtual. Angela's on here. She'll tell you last year, well, gosh, we were supposed to do it in April. And then, yeah. Then I went to May, then I went to June, then we had the new catalog, and I was like, okay, that's it. We're changing that up. So I ended up having to retool it several times, and with that, this year I just said, nope, we're just going to make it all virtual. And for those of you who are local, I emailed the Grove City High School because they're the ones that do the big craft show. They're still working on it, so we don't know whether or not they're going to come or not. So, or whether or not it's going to be or not. So here's these, and I'm going to set them aside for a minute, and I'm going to grab 2 more of those squares. So you always have extra. Anybody who ever gets a kit from me, you know you always get extras. It's because I do the same thing here. Alrighty, so here on our Darling Donkeys, there's a couple of things. There's one that says, hey there, friend, you're the best, hee-haw, and it's your birthday. Well, I kind of like, hey there, friend. I do also like the it's your birthday, but I like hey there, friend the best. I know, shocking. That's one I used the other night too, right? So we're going to grab that and grab one of the, I thought I cleaned those all off, but apparently I still have one of my little arrows on. So I don't think that one is really that much lighter than the other. So we'll do the Granny Apple Green first, and then we'll do the Old Olive. All we're going to do is grab this here. And I'm just going to put it kind of in the center. Oh, goodness. Sorry, guys. It's going to come over here. There's the hey there, friend. And then what I'm going to do is just kind of wipe that off screen. And grab the Old Olive. Yeah, and last year's one was still a lot of fun. We had some pretty cute stuff. I mean, we really did. I ran across, because I always make extras, and I ran across one that I had left over, and I was like, oh, I got to bag that up for the craft shows, because that was really cute. They're not getting the pen with it, but you guys all got a pen last year. There we go. So see, there's your Old Olive, and there is your Granny Apple Green. You know what? Let's put a little bit of those little dots on it, too. Okay, so this one's Old Olive. So we're going to make sure, because these 2 greens do not go together. So let's move that one out. Little dots, all we're going to do is just put some little dots around here onto it. And just move them around. There we go. Doesn't make it look as plain. Same thing, we'll just do that one off. And do the Granny Apple Green. See, when you're making a card, you might as well make more than one. That's just the easiest way to do it. I know that sounds silly, but it's just the easiest way to do it. Kind of like that Granny Apple Green. Does anybody remember Lemon Lime Twists that we had, what was that, a couple of years ago? That was a fun color. This one's very similar. It's not the same, but it's very similar. Okay, there we go. And that one's drying. This one is a little bit more dry, so we're going to go ahead and flip this one over, and I'm going to go ahead and put the dimensionals on that one, and then put that one in the corner. And I have to show you, well, I'll wait till it's all put together. I have to show you where I got the idea from on this one, because if you took my Zany Zebras class a couple months ago, oh goodness, I definitely got green on me. Again, good to be green, right? I have to show that to you. That Zany Zebras was just really cute. And as soon as I saw the donkeys come out, I was like, oh my gosh, those are adorable. I still think I like the Touch of Ink is my favorite stamp set. What is your guys' favorite stamp set so far with Celebration? Because we had several, and then there are all those different papers as well. What is your favorite? I sent something out to my team this morning, and I was telling them I prefer the Paper Blooms is the paper that I like the best. And I prefer the A Touch of Ink was my favorite stamp set. We had so many choices, it was really hard to narrow it down to just one. Ta-da, how cute, right? All right, so now on this one, if you wanted, and let me make sure I, see that just does not go well with the Granny Apple Green. If you wanted, you could put this one up on dimensionals as well. We're not going to, but we're going to just put the adhesive on here and put it right on the front. If you did choose to put dimensionals onto this, just be aware you're probably going to have to pay a little bit more in postage then. Well, goodness, okay. So we're just going to do this one. And we're just going to kind of put that right there into a little bit down so it's not, there we go. I was like, oh boy, please let me make sure I had that on the right color. Am I the only one that ever does that? Yes, it is. Oh, I can't see what those little emoticons are. Those things are too tiny. I always have to get the magnifying glass, and I wear cheaters. I still have to get the magnifying glass to see what they are. And then open this one up. Oops, let's put him the right way there. And then, because I wanted them to be a little bit different still, I grabbed the ribbon. This is the, and I always have to put labels on these because they're in a Ziploc bag. There's two of them. It's the Ornate Garden. There's Old Olive and Terracotta Tile, so I grabbed the Old Olive here for the Old Olive. And the other one, because you got to have some sparkle, we're using the black glittered organdy ribbon for this one because it's got so much black there in the background. So let me grab my little glue dots here. And we're just going to put this where the knot is, the bad side of the knot. And you know what? Let me just hold that there for a minute. And we'll put this one right in there. So what kind of cards have you guys all been making? Anybody been making some other ones? I finally got all of my 40 done for my Reverse Lenten Challenge, and I actually made more. But they have been there, and I have been sending those out. I still need to send one to our preacher. We actually got to go to church on Ash Wednesday last week. Oh my gosh, I haven't been in the church for a year. It was so nice to be there. And he's actually retiring, so I need to send one to him because, you know, he's retiring. We're losing a great pastor. We're gaining a new one that's nice. He used to be a pastor years ago. He did our son's confirmation class. But I like the guy that we've got right now. He speaks more to me. Whereas the other gentleman is very detailed and very cerebral and just very smart. Sometimes some of his words go over my head. So, All right, now on this one, you can see the bad part is there, but here in the front, the little wings are in front. So we're gonna have to sit here and fiddle with this just a wee bit. And I might have to put another glue dot down. We'll put that one right there. Yep, definitely gonna have to put another glue dot down. So we're gonna put one over here. And it's always so fun. People will try to peel this off. Don't do that. What you're gonna do would have been easier if I had done this before I put it on, but since I didn't, you're just gonna take this and press onto it. And then see, there's your glue dot. That makes it so much easier. And we're gonna put that little guy up here. And then we're gonna do this one here as well. Same thing, you're just gonna pull that back so that your glue dot is exposed. You're gonna grab hold of your ribbon and press down. Again, would have been better to have done it before you put it on the card, but see, there's the little glue dot there. And we're just gonna press him down there. Now guys, this cute little card you could send to a friend, you could send for a child, you could send, you know, just to brighten somebody's day. I would probably grab the Wink of Stella and put that right there on top of the flowers so that that looks really cute there. But what do you think, huh? 2 cute cards. And remember last week, and these are still in plastic, these were the ones that we did using colored pencils, using the blender pen and the stamp pads. And then this one we used using blends. And then today, and we used 2 different ribbons on it. We did a lot of Wink of Stella on this one. And then on this one, we went a little bit more plain, but it still is really cute. So guys, there are, now I would only count this as 1 card design, and I would count this as 2 card designs. There are so many different ideas. Now I want to show you where I got the idea from. This was one of the cards that we did with the Zany Zebras class last year. How cute is this? See, we did it. Now these were the note cards because they got a full package of note cards onto it. How cute are these, right? So that's how I got the idea, and we just did it with the stitch shape. So instead, these were just cut square because this is a much smaller card. The note card is so much smaller, but these were really fun. And if you've not looked on my Facebook page here yet, and it's also on my blog, but I put it under the classes for the blog. I started doing the marketing for my stamp camp in March. Stamp Camp in March is on March 20th. It is a Saturday and it is all online. If you guys have taken my retreat, and I've done one completely by myself online, and I did one with another demonstrator last fall. This Stamp Camp is a mini retreat. It's going to be very similar, but this time we're only using 2 stamp sets instead of 4. And you're going to make 4 cards using each of the stamp sets, so a total of 8 cards. And then there is a frame insert, and you get to choose whether you want to make it 8 by 8, 9 by 9, 10 by 10, 12 by 12. You'll get to choose, okay? I have it set up that it would go into an 8 by 8. It's tight, but it'll go into an 8 by 8. 9 by 9 would be my first choice, realistically. But you're going to make the insert, and that way then you get to choose whatever kind of frame you want. If you want purple or yellow or blue or green, if you want it as a shadow box, if you want it with all different kinds of fancy glass, you get to choose how you want to do that. And then the last item, because it will be in March, I know a lot of the kids are not yet in school, but they still have teachers. I know when Josh was in school, we always did teacher gifts, as well as if I had a friend that maybe was struggling or having a bad day, I would have a little gift that I could give to her if I met her for coffee. We're going to make a little gift thing too. It's not a big fancy thing. It's just a little gift thing. And then there's also, you get a pillow gift with it. There's a door prize with it. And guys, it's $49 is the price. $49 for all 10 items. And there's a cute little bag that goes along with it. There's a little goodie bag that goes, everything's all inside of it. It's a lot of fun. It is all on Facebook. So you do have to have Facebook if you want to participate. If all you want to do is just get the cards and go that route, you can do that. You don't need Facebook to do it. You just miss the interaction, which is what it boils down to. So yeah, you can still do everything with it. You'll still get the goodie bag. The drawing is on Facebook, but if you win, I will let you know, and everybody else will see who won. So you'll know whether or not it was you. And let's see, what else was that? But you do have to sign up for that by March 11th, March 11. And originally it was only going to be a $30 goodie bag. Well, then I added more to it, so it's $35. Well, now the goodie bag is over $40. It's like $42.18 for your goodie bag. And I'm only charging $49. So you're getting a lot of stuff. But do make sure you sign up for that as soon as you can. I am placing the order on the 11th. I do have some of the stuff. I'm just hoping that the paper doesn't sell out. But if you go onto my blog, under the classes, you can see the sneak peek at it. Just click on the more information part of it, and it tells you everything that comes along with it. If you're part of my email list, you should already have that on there. And if you're not part of my email list, text the word Latte Joy to 22828. And then the last part that I want to tell you, because guys, celebration ends on Sunday, remember? This is, and I've shown it, okay? This is the new butterfly bouquet, the new bundle that we've got coming. The only people who can order that right now are demonstrators. That's it. That's all. There ain't nothing more, okay? And if you notice, see that pretty paper in there? This is one big, huge stamp. And I mean, it's on that big, huge thing. I'm going to flip the page here. But the stamp set is here. There is the dies that is the full of the butterfly, and then they also have the very detailed one. That would look beautiful with the vellum, like what I used on that vellum, on that, this one right here, the vellum. Wouldn't that look so pretty over top of? Yeah, beautiful. Those two are going to be in the big catalog that comes out in May. Both of those are coming, so if you don't want to get it now, that's fine. You can get it later. But this paper, this beautiful butterfly paper, and this wood paper, and it's called Natural Touch Specialty Paper. It's kind of like, do you remember those little gliders that we used to play with? Picture just a sliver of that. That's what this is. And guys, people are coloring this with the blends, like with cinnamon cider, so it makes it look a little bit darker, or your crumb cake, or your Sahara sand, or whatever color you want to make your wood tone different shades. Both of those are not going to be in the big catalog. And right now, like I said, only demonstrators can order this. Mere mortals, and that's what I call everybody else, mere mortals, you guys don't get it until the 2nd of March, okay? It is available until the 3rd of May, or for the paper, while supplies last. But they also have a big, huge bundle, and you $71.25. You get the stamp set, the dies, the butterfly paper, and the wood paper for $71.25. Guys, for your starter kit, you're getting $125 worth of stuff for 99 bucks. You're still going to have 50 bucks worth to spend if you just wanted to just get this. So if you are thinking about joining, right now is really the best time to join. Any time is a great time to join, but if you're getting most bang out of your buck, here is the celebration brochure, and all of my customers have it. Back here on the back, it's got this join. See all these papers? 200 sheets of 6x6 papers, 5 packages, okay? They're normally $11.50 a piece. They're giving them to you as long as you join by February 28th. So guys, you're getting, like I said, you can get this, get your blends that you want with it, get some bling, get some cardstock, get whatever you want, okay? You're getting all of this beautiful paper that's going to be in the new catalog. The only color family that's missing, because you're getting 5 of them, the only color family that is missing are the brand new in colors that we don't even know yet. So you're even getting the ones that are the current in colors that are staying. The ones that are retiring, those aren't in there because obviously they're not going to do those in the new patterns. But you get that too. So $57.50, plus you get that additional $26 because it's $125 for 99, and you get free shipping, guys. That's 10% for free. Plus you join my team and we have an absolute blast. And all right, last thing. Today is the last day. They have a thing called On Tour, which is a Stampin' Up event, and it's all virtual, but today is the last day to sign up for it. So if you join and you want to do that, you can sign up for that as well. It is in various dates in April. There's a group of us. There's some going to Grand Rapids. And again, it's virtual, okay? But they try to do it strategically on the map. So It's anywhere from April 8th till April 22nd, just depending on what date works best into your schedule. They tried to do it with putting locations on so you could find other demonstrators that were nearby you so you could network with them, because that's what we always do when we're in live in-person stuff. So if you are interested in any of it, just go to dawnstock.stampinup.net. You can click events and see my calendar. You can click join now, and then like I said, you get that whole butterfly thing, and you're saving 25%, just like what I am, plus they're giving you all that extra paper. And for those of you who are placing orders, this is the host code, and when you place your $35 order or more before shipping and tax, you're going to get a package of rhinestones. No, sorry, you're going to get 10 free cards. That's what you're getting, 10 free demonstrator quality cards. When you bump it up to $50 or more, you're getting the 10 free cards plus a package of rhinestones, and then you're also eligible for a celebration choice. Whew, that was a lot of stuff, huh? So I hope you guys enjoyed this. We had an absolute blast when we made these. This was colored with colored pencils, and then these were the plays with patterns, the little dots that went with that. Those were so much fun with that one. Whereas on here, we didn't do any of that. All we did was just color in a little tiny bit and add a little bit of ribbon. So these are perfect for anybody. And last thing, very last thing, guys, Wednesdays have just gotten a little too busy. So we will no longer be having weekly Wednesdays at noon on Wednesdays. I'm going to move it till 9 o'clock at night on Wednesday nights. That seems to work better for my family, and that will begin next week on March 1st. So March 1st at 9 p.m., I hope to see you here for the weekly Wednesday. All right, I think I got everybody's, okay, let's see. Kay already said thank you so much for sharing with us. Well, thank you, Miss Kay. I'm glad you joined us. Nancy says, cute cards, they really are. Hello, Lucinda. Oh, hi, Kim. Kim L says, good to see you. These are so cute. They really are. Angela says those are cute, precious. Okay, and I think I got us all caught up. So, guys, I hope you have a great day. Wherever you are, I hope you're having wonderful weather. Like I said, we're finally starting to see a little bit of green grass. It's not real pretty green, but it's green grass. I'm not complaining. So I hope you guys are enjoying the weather. I hope if it's a little too chilly, you stay inside and you're crafting quite a bit. But with that, guys, I hope you have a great day. Enjoy, have a wonderful day, and I will see you on Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern for the last of my celebration, last of the celebration things. There you go. And then after that, remember, starting next week in Wednesdays, beginning with March, it'll be 9 p.m. Eastern for the weekly Wednesday. Have a great night, guys. Bye-bye.